So, sir, what I meant to ask po is, in that episode po, was the episode endorsing in effect the 9-dash line? I mean, ano po yung konteksto ng pagkakagamit nung mapang yun dun sa episode? Was it in support of the 9-dash line?
There's a series of... thank you.
Because there are many ways of presenting that map, and we haven't seen it, of course, obviously, because it's down already.
Well, you may not be able to see it. I don't know if I can show it as one of my pictures. It's in the scene po, makikita doon na there's a huge screen. There's several dialogues.
Parang LED wall, parang ganun, parang tactical wall ata yun eh.
Yeah, I don't know if this could be...
Yes, actually, Sir Benjo, we saw that. I think ang tinatanong po ni Ed ay, ako rin yun ang tanong ko, no?
Yeah.
Baka naman in the context of the story, they were, in effect, did they say that this is the South China Sea, this whole sea, I mean, ganun ba yung konteksto? This whole sea encompasses the territory of China.
Okay.
Meron bang ganung konteksto dun sa storya that the DFA found in violation of our sovereignty claims?
Well,
And nakita lang po namin yung Fiery Cross Reef, which is part of the disputed Sprat Lease, di ba? Yun ang parang nakapasok doon, pero wala nga po kaming nalalaman tungkol sa, I mean, nobody knows, ano ba, what were they talking about? Were they saying
Is the series endorsing the 9-dash line? Is the series critical of the 9-dash line? Ganun po. Ano yung kanyang konteksto?
I have here a copy of the decision. I don't know if you had the opportunity to read, no? I'll just read to you some of the dialogues, no? Because the public will may never be able to see
Magre-reading, Sir Benjo.
Sir, may papel pa kami dyan.
Okay, students, let's listen carefully. There's a dialogue here. Main screen, give me a moment, processing image resolution. This is Eloise talking. And Jacob observed the map, Eloise projected in the big screen, and I think you saw that big screen at their back. No?
Yes.
Jacob character, is the Ra-2 in Chinese territory? And then Gus responds, which is disputed territory? And then Eloise says, well, they've been saying it's theirs since 1948. Then Jasmina, actually, according to them, it's been theirs since 3000 BC. They just went to sleep for 100 years, and everyone just took it off them. So Eloise was briefly seen in the background with a screen monitor exhibiting the 9-dash line. So this was the scene surrounded by the maps of Cambodia, Brunei, Malaysia, and Asmina shares her thought about China's claimed territory. And then Gus says, they still lost the court case. Eloise says, well, these are the Fiery Cross Islands where China built a Navy base. And then Gus says, I love the way they just take islands. Well, it's a very long story. But
that's what they were saying. Na when you watch it, actually, it's quite anti-China. So people were wondering why, MTRCB or the DFA needed to strike it off.
Yeah, of course, we got a lot of comments, no? But however, we were counting the comments. Mas majority pa rin yung a lot of the people who were so happy that we are invoking our sovereignty. But what DFA wanted to show us was the picture of the map, wherein there's red lines that we are part of that 9-dash line, which is the most important part, I believe. And this is the most contentious part in the case in the PCA in The Hague. So I believe even if the dialogue, they were trying to be safe. Netflix was trying to be safe with the dialogue, if you listen to it. But even with that, what DFA wanted to avoid and asked us to decide on was the picture among, kasi yung mga generation ngayon, especially the younger ones who watch Netflix, they just by pictures, di ba? Well, different from all of us where we just read, we used to read a lot and rationalize on everything. Now they just based on pictures. What DFA wanted to avoid, and they explained to us, was this picture wherein there's a red map saying China and then Philippines is part of it. Even if it may be fictional, even if the characters may have been saying something against China, but that picture wherein they want that to be like deleted from the minds of the younger generation, because 10 years from now, they might always think and be inculcated in their minds that the Philippines might be indeed part of China, or in that, especially that there was a decision already by the Permanent Court of Arbitration.
Revisionist kasi.
We're trying to avoid that.
But I have to admit that every time we talk to the MTRCB about essentially censoring anything, the MTRCB itself becomes the topic. Censorship itself becomes the topic. Because ako on the other side of it, I wonder if people really did notice the 9-dash line, diba? I mean, I think that was shown for a couple of seconds at most. In the meantime, I have to admit, the way you read that out was not only very good acting, but also, I have to say, from a scripting standpoint, that packs in a lot of information that even media has been trying to communicate to people. And it packs in a lot of information. I think I'm sure there will be people who can nitpick on that, who know more about the situation. But from a basic education standpoint, it packs in a lot of information that otherwise people wouldn't otherwise understand. And so, I guess my question is, baka nagulat din kayo, di ba, na parang, we're doing this for the country, di ba? Nag-complain naman ng DFA, where totoo naman yung complaint ng DFA, and then, I'm sure it was also somewhat of a surprise na there's more than two sides of this pa rin. Di ba? Parang pinagtanggol na nga namin yung bayan. But then, I guess my question is, do you understand also why, on the other side of this, the censorship itself, I suspect, is part of the concern of the public still?
Yes. Thank you for the question, sir. Yes, it is indeed part of the concern of the public. However, because this is very sensitive, especially to our sovereignty today, then the MTRCB took this distinction to decide on this. In fact, normally, I was even asked earlier by media na parang, why didn't you announce earlier? They were thinking that like we might be hiding it. Actually, we don't. We have several decisions that we just come out with, and we don't really announce much. But since this has international impact, even the U.S. Embassy is trying to communicate with us. No, then medyo you're right, sir. Medyo nagulat nga kami because of the reaction of the public. Some are invoking censorship. But that's our role under PD 1986. We have that role and invoking the right of parents and the basic principle of parents patriae, which was enshrined in our Constitution.